I didn't project what was going to happen in my life that way.
You're very sexy in person, by the way.
I'm glad one of us said it. You're going to make Kevin Costner blush.
But I know you have like 7 kids and you're, you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I have all the stuff, so...
Yeah, you have a lot of things
safe
going on.
to say I know what I'm doing. This could only end where, you know, you never had to say anything. You were so beautiful.
Kevin Costner's appeal does not come only from his iconic roles. Behind that strong screen image are real-life stories every bit as compelling as any film.
Yesterday, you were playing catch with your son. How was that like?
That was good, you know. I wanted to have that moment with him because we played since he was little. That's all we do in our house is throw shit. No Way Out. No Way Out. 71 cents. Perfect World. I got $1.35.
Whoa!
Revenge $1.22. $6.46 for Robin Hood. 43 cents for Testament. Tin Cup I got 78 cents. Untouchables 67 cents. The War 34. Waterworld 87. That's paying for itself.
A meeting between Kevin Costner and Stephen Hawking might sound like it would revolve around life's biggest questions, but it all began with one very familiar name.
And I have a bizarre enough life as it is. But 12, 15 years ago, I got a call. I said, Stephen Hawking would like to come meet you. He wanted to meet me, so he came to the house. I actually had my 3, my oldest was 12, and I said, I didn't really know a lot about him, honestly. I'm a public school guy, so Stephen Hawking, let's go. And I was obviously taken back at, you know, where he was in that wheelchair, he wasn't able to move. And finally he said, I'd like to know about Whitney Houston. And I said, well, okay, you're just like me, let's get to it. And I said, you're not the only one, Steve. A lot of people want to know about Whitney. I said, what do you want to know? And
In addition to the family, by the way, can you tell me who this guy
oh,
is?
geez, yeah, I got a buddy, his name's Bob.
You named the dog Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob's a good name for a dog.
Yeah, when I'm angry with him, it's
Oh, yeah.
Bobby when he's okay.
But you got to tell me about this, because you brought a photo that might be the cutest thing I've ever seen. Taking a nap in the dishwasher.
Yeah, he kind of waits for me to do the dishes. It's a pretty good dog, right?
Yeah.
I do all the work. He does everything else.
So you're just hanging out with him, and then you look down and he was asleep?
I had no idea he was there, actually. I was doing the dishes, which you got to do as a single dad. And, and I was doing the dishes, and like anything, I thought, where is he?
Yeah.
He's too quiet. He's chewing on something. And I went to go, and I ran right into that thing. I saw that he was sleeping.
That might be the cutest
and I
thing.
did like Americans do these days, even if somebody passes out, I took his picture.
You met a lot of the presidents?
I've spent some time with some. I've met Mr. Clinton and you know, I spent a lot of time with Bush at one time.
Which one?
With Bush, George Bush Sr. So I had this pretty amazing day, and now I'm about to go home. And he goes, you want to go to the White House? And I said, yeah. We get on the helicopter, we go across the Potomac, the Marines salute, we get off on the White House lawn. We go across it, he pretends to not hear what they're saying. So I'm thinking, okay, now the day's over. And he says, you want to pretend? My pat answer, okay. And so we play 2 out of 3, and now he's going to have dinner, because Andre was...
What began as an ordinary day for Kevin Costner at the White House eventually became a story involving Oliver Stone that he kept secret for years.
Does he want to swim in the pool? And I said, by myself? And he goes, got all the stuff, all those T-shirts that come from the universities. I just hit. So I'm swimming in the pool like this. And so now the next morning I'm thinking about my day, and I'm in the trailer, and Oliver comes in. He's like really grumpy. This, and I go, what's the matter, Oliver? And he goes, you know, I went over to the White House, and they gave me the B tour. The B tour. He's always upset about something. He gave me the B tour. He says, I didn't even get to see the pool because there was somebody in it. I was watching Black or White. There's this moment where I'm coming out of a pool, and sat next to me, and I didn't really feel it because I was really concentrating. And it's done, and then I look over to her, and she goes, "Dad, you got a fat belly." And you got a big belly. And I thought, well, I tried to explain to her character development. I think in my life, it's like I'm not really aware of the danger at all of anything. It's like, you know, when I cast Whitney, did you know she was African American? Yes, I saw that.
Still dressed in his Robin Hood costume, Kevin Costner found himself in a situation even he could never have predicted.
Now we had lunch, and one of my stunt guys came up to me. I was just getting to know him a little bit. We're out the country, and he goes, you want to go hunt for some mushrooms? And I said, what kind of mushrooms? And the guy goes, you know, the good kind. I said, okay, let's go. So we head out into this field, and he's telling me what they look, and we're kind of looking out there, and he finds one, and then he finds another one, and I can't find one, and after I find a few of these things, I said, hey man, I said, how come you're seeing them? And he goes, I said, well, how did this work? And he says, well, you have a mushroom, tell you where to find the others. And I said, all right, I get the logic, but we're doing a sword fight right after this. I said, and he went, you know, that's a good point too. So parents came to everything, right? I had it. They came to every little game. They came to everything. They came to see me direct. I said, you can't do that. I'm going to be around all the guys. You can't come. And you know, my mom said, we're not going to be in the way. And wherever they tell us to park it, we're going to be there in these lawn chairs, and I'm going to see you walk every day to work. And I would walk and I would see the guys, and I remember I'd be walking to see everybody here, and then my mom would be high up on the hill and she'd be going. And I remember I just go.
Sean Connery had the kind of presence that could make anyone feel smaller, even a major star like Kevin Costner.
I remember one time, you know, I was with Sean. I was in Chicago, and as I was kind of talking to him, there's this girl was really trying to get my attention. She was cute, and I didn't want to. Sean told me a story one time of a girl sitting next to him that kept tapping him, and he knew she was there. He knew he was going to get to her, but he kept up his conversation, kept it up. Finally tapping. Finally, when this dumb conversation was over, and he really wanted to see what the bird was all about, and her cigarette was just now hanging out of her. Finally, I'm kind of done with him, and I think, well, I'll stroll over and see what she really wants. So I did. I walked, and she was behind the ribbon, and I got really close to her. I said, yeah, and she goes, could you get me Sean's autograph? I felt like I had a cigarette hanging out of my mouth like this. I said, yeah, of course I could do that.
The biggest star.
Can you tell me about what that part?
Well, I've had a journey in the movie. When I didn't really even know how I was going to make my way in this. As I came to Hollywood, I would sleep in my camper right here on La Brea and Sunset, and right by a phone. I didn't have anyone to call, and I eventually got a job at Raleigh Studios, which was to move cable and move all these lights, all this equipment. And so for me, if I was going to take out trash in my life, it was going to be movie trash.
Sure.
And of course, I wanted to be an actor, so I was going to class at night. When I got a chance to be an extra in Ron Howard's movie, I was really, really happy. I have managed to do all of it in this business. You know, there's not a piece of equipment on this stage that I haven't had to pull out of a truck or put into a truck.
Oprah took Kevin Costner back to one of his most famous movie scenes. And within seconds, the interview was no longer as serious as it had started.
And then I said, Bill, why don't you put the thing up? And then I went back to kissing her, and you know, and the scene was all over, and he yelled, cut, and he said, what were you doing? And I said, you know, that's
what you would do.
Happened. And they later on, like 2 months later, went back and shot the limo guy.
Oh, did they?
Just responding to the thing that I had done, and it cut in perfect.
Now, I just want to reflect back on some of your work, because we should, the body of work that there's that. There's that. It's just a wonderful body of work. It's interesting because I feel like, I mean, maybe it's because I'm older now, but I used to look at that age as being really old.
Yeah, ancient.
And now that I'm that age, I'm 47, and
we're just living a lie, Ellen. We're just living a lie.
Yeah. We're in complete denial.
We're just really old.
Yeah.
We want to race you.
Just sitting here congratulating ourselves for looking.
When Kevin Costner looks back on The Bodyguard, he remembers more than a major moment in Whitney Houston's career. He also remembers one particular moment he was especially proud of.
And I actually didn't realize the power of that movie with Whitney and I. So, you know, I kind of kissed her once for everybody in America, and I kissed her once really good for me, too. The Whitney I knew, despite her success and worldwide fame, still wondered, am I good enough? Am I pretty enough? Will they like me? Whitney, if you could hear me now, I would tell you, you weren't just good enough, you were great. You weren't just pretty. You were as beautiful as a woman could be. And people didn't just like you, Whitney. They loved you.
That was beautiful.
To Kevin Costner, music is never just something added at the end. During his conversation with James Corden, he revealed that some projects are worth betting on personally.
And then you told me that you paid for it.
I did. Well, sometimes that's what you have to do if you want to get a good part.
That's not true. Come on.
Well, it was a movie that wasn't going to get made, and Rob Marshall couldn't turn his back on you, right? When I read this movie, I thought, I have to make this movie. I have to say these words. And it was such a good speech in the end, I thought to myself, I'm the only person that can actually screw this up, too. I lost sleep thinking that I wouldn't do that right. I was just back in Ventura, my hometown. I played a concert back there on Saturday, and
Well, I'm just curious, does that give you an empathy with people that are smaller?
No, I got them all in headlocks.
Mock them. We were talking about this today around the office. Great, truly great baseball movies. You have made 2 of them, 3.
Well, love of the game. I pitched a perfect game. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
A perfect game.
3 of them, I was going to say.
Once Kevin Costner found himself in France during the excitement of a film festival, he knew exactly how to make the most of the moment in his own way.
You brought your kids to the premiere?
Yeah, I wanted them to see me work.
Yeah.
I brought 5 of them and got them tuxedos. I got them.
If this movie doesn't work out, this is the last vacation Daddy's taking you on?
I did, I wanted to know how worried they were. And the minute they got there, my 2 sons went fishing, got a boat, went fishing. My 3 daughters ended up on a boat, said they would see me around 3 or 4 o'clock, me working, and then made a call, and they were drinks at this point. So they cruised in about 8 o'clock at night. I've been working. I said, we came to France to be as a family. And they go, it's working great, Dad.
Yeah.
It's working.
What struck you this time? Why did you want to make it now?
I thought I might have a hard time getting over that fence, too, and chasing those criminals on feet.
Kevin Costner's childhood memories carry a strong Western spirit. From the games he played at home to an unforgettable first day of kindergarten.
It wouldn't be too much to say that they were life and death. I was stalking my poor dog below me. He was unaware that he was the enemy and that I was about to pounce. He was a terrier, and his fierce growl, once it started, would bring my parents running. And we would roll back and forth like that bad Western, and I would continue to stab him. It was a mighty battle that I managed to never lose, and my parents warned me, my dad specifically, that he was going to bite me and that they wouldn't blame him if he did. My father was from the Panhandle, so he was comfortable saying that kind of stuff to me. I was growing, and a year later I was 5. And on my first day of sharing in kindergarten, with a note on my shirt, I couldn't read, so I guess that was the point. We were told to bring our favorite thing. I brought my father's 30-30. Struggle.
The wolf was lovely.
That wolf was horrible. I hated that wolf.
Did you really? Oh. You looked as if you absolutely adored it.
That wolf killed me, I'm telling you. That wolf, I almost had to rename the picture because for a while the wolf wasn't working at all. They showed me all these things he could do, but then when we got out into the prairie, he couldn't do anything. I mean, and I said, look, we're going to have to change the title of this.
Yeah, he looked a bit emaciated. Did he get, did you feed him?
No, they're kind of a lean animal. And there's this very critical scene where I need to dance with the wolf. I need to chase him, blah, blah, blah. And so far, he hasn't been able to do anything. And the guy says, well, I'll go in and do it. And I said, and about 10 seconds later, he ran out of the pen. And I said, I went, what happened? Why did you stop? He says, the wolf bit me. And I'm thinking, this is the trainer. So I had to go in there, and so that's why the wolf gave me trouble. I love the wolf dearly. It helped everything in my life, but he wasn't as warm and fuzzy and cuddly as you might think.
On screen, Kevin Costner has always known how to hold an audience. And off screen, he can do the same simply by telling stories from his own life.
Are you pretty hands-on? Are you a hands-on dad, hands-on?
Yeah, well, we raise our kids. We both drive them to school in the morning, and when I'm here, this morning we're both in the car. Chris is great about what they get to eat, because if it was me, they'd have chocolate. They'd have what's simple, Put some ribs in there. Chris go, no.
If you could have played the lead in any film in history, what would it be?
I played the lead in every film.
Denzel Washington is known as one of the greatest actors in Hollywood, with a serious presence and an intensity that fills the room every time he appears. But that's also exactly what makes his funny moments feel so much more special. Sometimes, just the way he naturally tells a story is enough to make an entire room laugh. And these are some of the most entertaining moments of Denzel Washington.
Describe your job in 3 words.
I'm unemployed.
Easy. Black yellow. Think I don't know.
You like Cardi B?
What's he say? I give him whatever he want. He buy me Yves Saint Laurent. Think I don't know. Huh?
How she say it though?
I give him whatever he want. He buy me a new Yves Saint Laurent and a new one. I like Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? I like her.
Man,
I love her.
You love her, right? Oh shit, this is crazy.
On the Queen Latifah show, Denzel Washington unexpectedly had the entire studio laughing when he started imitating the way Jay-Z talks, and it was shockingly accurate.
I was in the studio with Lenny Kravitz. Was doing something with Jay-Z. You know how he talk? Yeah, D, I'm gonna play this for you, D. Yeah, that's how he is. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna put this song for you, man. Just tell me what you think.
You probably never expected Denzel Washington to sound that much like Jay-Z. Things took an even bigger surprise when the conversation with Queen Latifah turned into a rare moment, where viewers witnessed Denzel dancing live on television.
You do some of them pit moves.
I'll do it with you.
Well, you can show me. Well, I don't know.
Whatever you saw, we just cross over here like that.
Oh.
Then you just add that. Now you can.
Hey.
It's your nose.
You guys are smart. You got your own fan. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I thought you were talking about me being a fan of you.
No, no. You got fans. Literally.
I learned that I found so leveling was that regardless of what you've achieved, with a desire to do nothing else but work. And I think for any young actor, I think it's important to remind people that regardless of where you get to, that doesn't exist unless you have an appetite to work, and I learned that from you. And also,
Denzel Washington may intimidate a lot of people, but to Ashton Sanders, he has always been the biggest idol of his life.
Good performance. Good performance.
Yo, thank you so much. Denzel.
You good?
I'm
Where you from?
Man. I'm from LA.
Oh yeah? Born and raised?
Born and raised.
All right,
I might be doing a movie with you soon, man.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
I'll see you at work.
Yeah, for sure.
Dream come true. That's huge.
That was crazy.
I'm crying right now.
That was Denzel Washington, yo. Okay, so y'all got all of this on camera? Like, that's crazy.
And a guy came in and said, you know, sir, Mr. Stallone keeps walking back and forth in front of the house, like trying to hop over the fence, looking like, you know, trying to.
On The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Denzel Washington had the audience cracking up when he reenacted Sylvester Stallone's facial expression outside his house.
See, that's...
I'll tell you a funny story, too. He'll be mad at me for telling this, but I'll tell it anyway. Sylvester Stallone, he lives up we're like in a gated community. He lives over there. And he wasn't invited. We had different people were there. And the security, they had security helicopters like it was the president. Yeah. They're like, Mr. Washington, Rocky's out front. He's pacing. He's like, I said, he's like, should we let him in? I'm like, yeah, let him in. They said he was outside looking sad. Like, man, can you see Rocky?
Denzel Washington's humor is not just in the stories he tells. Sometimes it casually shows up right on the red carpet with Pedro Pascal at the premiere of Gladiator 2.
Oh, mescal. But he's not as good an actor. They're going to change the name of the movie from Gladiator to Pedro 1. Written by Pedro, directed by Pedro, edited by Pedro.
Only take direction from this guy. No way, no way, no way. I don't start that. No. I only listen to him. But I'm glad that a trilogy is in my future, and I hope you're up for it.
I'm not going to be in it. How you doing, brother? You good?
I'm doing good.
God bless.
While seriously giving Stephen Colbert advice about Shakespeare, Denzel Washington somehow made the entire studio laugh simply by being too serious.
Would you like to give me some advice?
I would like for you to give me some advice.
About Shakespeare?
Yes.
Shakespeare, except
Now's
like in an acting class.
Now's the time. Now is the winter. Oh.
Speak it trippingly on the tongue.
But if you mouth it,
as
many of your players do.
Okay, exactly. Do not saw the air thusly.
With your hand, but use all wisely, for in the very torrent tempest, as I may say, world fashion.
What do you think Denzel Washington will be doing at 70? When he was asked that question, he calmly gave an answer that completely caught Jimmy Kimmel off guard.
Keep that? Did that go home with you?
I kept the sandals.
The sandals?
I kept the sandals.
Are you a sandals guy?
I always keep something, you know.
I'm sure they're okay with you taking it. Is it on display somewhere, or does it just go into a closet at your house?
It's in the closet. It's back there, and, you know, in case things don't work out. Sell things, you know.
You can have an auction?
Yeah, I can have a little auction.
Did you know?
The conversation about Gladiator 2 quickly took a different turn when Paul Mescal started asking Denzel Washington about his filmmaking process.
Right, have you learned anything from each other whilst working on this film?
Absolutely. I learned that I'll never want to do it again. What's your name, by the way?
Peter.
And you're famous for?
For being in a film with you.
I learned about humility from you. Humble man, good
That's
man,
very kind.
good, humble, hardworking. Didn't need to get thrown around as much as you did, but I enjoyed it.
Even though he always carries himself with a very serious presence, Denzel Washington still struggled to keep a straight face next to a superfan like Viola Davis.
Nobody. There ain't nothing to it. Because that's what he's always saying. I mean, this guy throws everybody under the bus. Jackie Robinson. Oh, Jackie Robinson wasn't nobody. That's the universal thing. What is it like to beat a big shot at a young age and never get to the next level? I'm listening. Because I don't know. I got a good woman, that's the first thing. And, you know.
One of the most interesting things about Denzel Washington is how he almost always turns conversations about himself into compliments for his wife.
You know, my wife is a traditional, you know, she's a great wife. You know, they say behind every great man is a great woman. Well, my wife's in front of me. I'm following her. Great cook, and I remember one time she wanted to hire a chef. I'm like, for who? Ain't cooking for me. Because she's a great cook. You know,
well, that's a lovely thing for her to hear, I bet. I mean,
what?
Will you say, no, we don't need a chef, you're the best cook?
No, I'm not eating anybody else's food.
That's fantastic.
I'm eating my wife's food.
Even when Denzel Washington met Nelson Mandela, he had to acknowledge the special role his wife played in that success.
My wife and I had breakfast, so he meets me and my wife, and he immediately, I see why he's the success that he has because of you. Everything was because of her, and she's just like, and of course I'm like,
he's an operator. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you know, I know you did a few things, Nelson, but you know. No, but so, yeah, right.
You know, I know it's late in life, but you can keep having babies these days, no matter until you're about 70 or 80. Would you consider any more?
That's a question for her.
Okay. Well, have you asked her?
At Friday Night with Jonathan Ross, Denzel Washington had the audience laughing while telling a story about his wife's fears.
And so I get a message the next day. I was calling home. I'm like, oh, as soon as I leave, my wife's hanging out all night. Yeah. But I get a message the next day about 1 a.m. She said, oh, hello, I'm just driving around. You know, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Come to find out, she was driving around the driveway, riding around in the driveway in front of the house.
So she didn't want to stay in the house?
She slept in the car.
So you're away from home, your wife has a breakdown. I understand that because my kids are getting older. I'm dreading, and I know my wife is really dreading when they head off.
Well, they're literally joined the hip or at the stomach. I mean, you know, she bore them, she raised them.
During his conversation with the Graham Norton Show, Denzel unexpectedly showed a very funny side of himself while talking about losing the Oscars multiple times.
You are a winner, sir. 2 Oscars, 2 of them.
But I lost 8 times.
Yes, you have lost more than you won.
See?
Yeah. That's the first time.
I lost 8 times.
It's okay.
Or whatever it is, 7 times.
But no, but in terms of losing, I think your first loss must have been kind of the worst for Cry Freedom.
You know who won?
Sean Connery.
Oh, well, there you go. Who? Came here.
Damn.
Just put Washington.
They gave my job up that quick.
I'm sorry. Like I said, did y'all tell him? Y'all didn't tell him.
They gave my job up
Did garbage men know you were a garbage man?
Did
like the ones who pick up the garbage at your house? You ever hang out there and go like,
With
hey,
the guys themselves?
Jimmy Kimmel could barely believe that someone like Denzel Washington once had a job completely different from the image people know today.
People like kind of assume you were born a movie star, but we talked before, you were a garbage man at one time.
I think I was 11 or 12. I worked in a barbershop.
You did?
Yeah, so I learned how to hustle. I found out everybody was money. I'd look at your shoes when you came in. Hey, how you doing? I'm like, there ain't no money there. I had all kinds of little hustles and, you know.
Well, what would people think of your shoes now? I mean, these are not exactly expensive shoes you're wearing, and yet you're a multi-billionaire.
True that your mom, it's really Denzel, not Denzel?
Denzel.
Denzel.
D-E-N, sometimes spelled D-E-N-Z-I-L. Denzel Hayes Washington Jr., my father's same name. So she started calling me Denzel.
I mean, because
she'd say Denzel, and we both show up. All right, you're Denzel.
But the way we say Denzel.
Denzel,
We just
that's
really...
the way it is now.
Once, right on live television, Denzel Washington's name was repeatedly mispronounced. But it was his calm, unfazed reaction that captivated the entire audience the most.
Washington. I know.
What's that?
Now, this is so rubbish. We should have confirmed this. Is that correct?
Actually, it's Denzel.
Oh, no, is it really?
Yeah, but...
So was your dad Denzel?
Well, he was Denzel. And so my mother started calling me Denzel, just so, you know, she'd say Denzel, and we both would show up.
Oh, I see.
So
you're Denzel now?
No, I'm Denzel.
Is that what I'm saying? Denzel.
Denzel.
Even after creating Malcolm X together, both Denzel Washington and Spike Lee still cannot remember the first time they met.
He's in the house.
This is the... This next movie we want to do.
Roll.
Scene one, take one. Malcolm X had that.
Come on, give me hang it. Can they play?
Mike, I got a question for you. How did we meet? How did we?
I don't remember.
I don't either. So,
Well, we did meet, though.
evidently.
And guess what? The more better made it more better.
That in fact, you had no real ambition. Your first ambition was to be a journalist, in fact.
When I started college, I went to college because I figured, well, I'll be a doctor. And I took a course called chordate morphogenesis.
And behind that calm and composed image, Denzel Washington also had a rebellious past that not many people know about.
Parents were divorced.
Right.
That in fact, that then you started going out drinking, mixing with the wrong mob.
Well, I was mixing with the wrong mob before they got divorced. But I grew up in New York, you know, and I grew up pretty rough crowd. Most friends from that time are dead or in prison, and for whatever reason, I guess because well, I guess you call them here public schools, right?
Sure.
We call them private schools.
Sure.
So she sent me away to school where all the alcoholics and drug addicts really were.
Little did she know.